Today, I'm going to be teaching you After Effects in less than 10 minutes. Let's get into it. If you guys want the project file or all the assets I'm working with in this video, you can get them when you join my Skool community. The link is in the description. Let's start by importing assets. Just drag your files straight into the project panel. This can be pictures, video, or audio. Easy. Keep your project clean. Right-click on the project panel, select New Folder, and we'll name it Assets. Then we'll select all of our layers and move them into our new folder. It's important to stay organized so that you're not scrambling later. Now let's create our first composition. Click on New Composition, set it to 1920 by 1080 with a frame rate of 30 and a duration of 10 seconds. Then click OK. This is your canvas. Now I'm going to place some things in our composition by dragging them from the project panel into the timeline. In After Effects, the order of your layers in the timeline works just like a stack of paper. Whatever's on top in the timeline will appear in front of the layers below it in the composition. So if you drag a layer higher up, it'll cover anything underneath it. So basically, After Effects reads them from top to bottom. So think of your timeline as a vertical stack where the topmost layer is closest to the viewer. If something doesn't fit properly into the composition, like our background here, you can select the layer, right-click, go to Transform and Fit to Comp, and boom, it now fits perfectly within our composition. We can also select a layer and move it around with our mouse. To center things, use the Align panel. If you don't see it, you can go to Window and Align. Click the center buttons to perfectly align our layer. Next, we have our layer properties. Click on a layer and open up Transform. You can adjust the position, the scale, the rotation, and the opacity. To access each property, you can also just click on your keyboard P for position, S for scale, R for rotation, and T as in Tom for opacity. These are your main animation tools. Now let's animate. First, I'm going to select my profile picture layer, click P, and move the layer down below the composition. To animate, click the stopwatch next to a property, move the playhead forward, in this case about a second, and change the property value. Then play from the beginning and After Effects fills in the motion. Congrats, that's an animation right there. You can also select your keyframes, right-click, select Keyframe Assistant, and hit Easy Ease, or just hit F9 on your keyboard. This smooths out the animation. Want more control? Open the graph editor. You can fine-tune the speed of your animation curves here. Here, it starts off fast and ends slow. Here, it starts off slow and ends fast. I'll keep it at this curve for now, where it starts off fast and ends slow. A little intimidating at first, but worth learning later. Here are a few basic keyboard shortcuts. You can click the spacebar to play and pause. Here I'm clicking the spacebar to play, clicking it again for pause, hitting it to play, and hitting it again to pause. We can also click Ctrl or Command Z to undo. So if I move this layer, I can hit Ctrl or Command Z to undo that move. I can also hit Ctrl or Command D to duplicate a layer, which I just did with my profile picture. I'll do Ctrl Z to undo that. And lastly, you can use the key U to open up your keyframes or close the keyframes on any selected layer. So there I hit U to bring up the position keyframes. I'm going to hit U again to close them. Let's add some text to the screen. Use the text tool to write anything. And we'll center it with our Align tab. Style it using the Properties and Paragraph panels. Then animate it just like any other layer. I'll select the layer, hit T to bring up opacity, I'll keyframe opacity to 100%, bring it out to about 2 seconds, bring my playhead to about 1 second, and keyframe opacity at 0. Now let's add some effects. We can add effects by opening up our Effects and Presets panel. Again, if you don't see it, you can go to Window and Effects and Presets. Let's search for glow, and we can drag and drop glow onto our text. Then we can go to the Project panel to adjust the settings. Next, in our Effects and Presets panel, let's search for Drop Shadow. Let's drag and drop that onto our picture and adjust the settings again in the Project panel. There we go, I think that looks nice. Effects add polish to your animation quickly. Now, if your timeline is getting messy, select all your layers, right-click, and hit Pre-Compose. Then hit OK. This groups them into a pre-comp, like nesting in Premiere Pro. This is super helpful for keeping your project clean. Ready to export? Go to Composition and Add to Render Queue. Choose Output Module H.264, set output to your selected destination, and hit Render. And there you go. You have your very first animation in Adobe After Effects. By the way, guys, you can check out more of my in-depth tutorials in my Skool community where I teach all things After Effects. Again, the link is in the description box below. And if you guys want to learn 5 cool effects to use in After Effects next, you can click on this video right here. Thank you.